Alright, listen up, because it's time to get real. And I mean real. Enough with the nice self-help fluff. You're here because you need to hear this truth. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You've been told your whole life to play small, to not speak too loudly, to not be too confident, to just fit in, to just shrink. All that nonsense is complete bullshit. If you keep believing that, you're not just limiting yourself. You're fucking yourself over for the rest of your life. So let's hit you with the hard truth. If you don't have confidence in yourself, who the hell will? Seriously, think about that. If you don't believe in yourself, how is anyone else supposed to? The universe doesn't just hand you success or opportunity or love. It doesn't work that way. The universe reflects what you believe about yourself. So if you're walking around doubting your own abilities, guess what happens? The universe mirrors that doubt back to you. It starts doubting you too. You want the world to respect you, then you have to respect yourself first. That's the key. When you don't believe in your worth, you're telling the universe you're not worthy of success, of respect, of love. That's weak. And the world doesn't respect weak. The world respects strength. And that strength comes from the belief that you're capable, you're powerful, and you can get shit done. So how do you actually start doing this? How do you stop shrinking? Think about this. You've probably had moments where you were totally in the zone. Maybe it was during a presentation or a job interview, or even just speaking your mind in front of a group of friends. And for that brief moment, you were confident as hell. You didn't care who was watching, because you owned that space. You weren't afraid of people's judgments. You were strong. Now here's the thing. You can do all that shit all the time. You just have to decide to step into it. Take that feeling of owning a room. That quiet confidence you get when you're fully aligned with your purpose. Remember how you felt then. Good. That's your default. That's the real you. Every single time you shrink, you're denying your true power. And every time you step into that power, you start to own the space you're in. So let's break it down into actionable steps. Imagine yourself walking into a room full of strangers. Maybe it's a work meeting. Maybe it's a party. Picture yourself walking in with your head held high, your chest out, walking with purpose. You don't need to scream. You don't need to announce your greatness. Just walk in like you own the place. Hold that visualization. Now every time that you do this, your brain starts to link that image with confidence. It'll start seeking out opportunities where you can act like that in real life. Start small, but go big. You don't need to suddenly jump into the biggest, most terrifying situation. Start with the little stuff. If you're in a conversation, don't shrink. Speak up. Share your thoughts. Make your voice heard. If you're walking down the street, own the sidewalk. Don't sidestep and shrink for anyone. Do you think a lion shrinks when it walks through the jungle? Hell no. You're a lion. People are going to judge you. Get used to it. But guess what? That's not your problem. People will judge you no matter what you do. And guess what else? They're probably not thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. Let's face it, people are self-absorbed. They've got their shit going on. So let them judge. It doesn't affect your worth, unless you let it. Every morning when you wake, tell yourself you're capable, you're worthy, and you're here to take up space. Write it down, repeat it, say it like you mean it. Your mind believes whatever you feed it. If you feed it positivity, confidence and strength, guess what? Your brain will start aligning with that truth. Trust me on this. What's at stake here if you don't start doing this? Let me tell you right now, if you keep shrinking, if you keep doubting yourself, life is going to pass you by. And that's the worst thing that could happen. You'll get stuck in the same job with the same friends doing the same shit for the next 10 years. You'll wonder why you're not moving forward, why nothing's changing. But the answers will be right in front of you. You're the one holding yourself back. On the flip side, when you start taking up space, when you start owning who you are, things change. People start noticing you. Opportunities come to you because you've opened up that space for them to flow. Relationships improve because people can feel your energy, your confidence. You're magnetic. Life gets easier when you stop playing small. You become the leader of your own life. How does this actually work? What does science say? Let's talk about neuroplasticity. This is the brain's ability to rewire itself based on new experiences and habits. Every time you act confidently, your brain rewires to make that behavior easier. Every time you shrink, it rewires to reinforce the fear-based behavior. So every time you step up, you're not just changing your attitude, you're changing your brain. And here's the kicker. Confidence actually feeds your brain with chemicals that help you feel good and do better. When you believe in yourself, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This boosts your mood and it makes you more likely to take action. On the other hand, self-doubt triggers cortisol, the stress hormone, which keeps you in a loop of fear, anxiety, and paralysis. You're literally programming your brain to either support you or hold you back. It's your choice. You want to feel strong, powerful, unstoppable. Start believing it. Your brain will follow suit. So why are you afraid to do this? Let me cut through the bullshit. You're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of failing. But guess what? Failure is part of the process. It's how you grow. It's how you learn. Every single time you step up and fail, you're one step closer to your success. You know who fails the most? The people who take the most action. You know who succeeds? The people who fail, learn, and keep going. And here's the kicker. When you take action and show up confidently, people respect you more. You might think they'll laugh or judge you, but in reality, they'll be in awe of the courage. That's the power of owning who you are. So the top patterns you need to interrupt. Perfectionism. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to take action. It doesn't exist. Just start. People pleasing. You're not here to make everyone else happy. You're here to live your truth, not theirs. Procrastination. You've put things off because you're afraid of failing. But let me tell you, procrastination is the enemy of success. Stop waiting for the right time and make it the right time. So how do you pace and lead? Pacing means meeting people where they are. You acknowledge their doubt, their fears, and then lead them to a new belief. You can link their old belief to the truth you're offering. Show them how it works in the real world. Show them how confidence changes lives. Lead them by showing them how it worked for you. When you do this, they'll start to believe it too. They'll feel it in their bones. And when you're connected to their emotions, that's when the real transformation happens. Now what happens next? When you make the choice to stop shrinking, to step into your power, your life will explode in ways you never imagined. People will notice you. Opportunities will pour in. You'll feel unstoppable. The universe will mirror back your belief in yourself with more and more positive results. But don't forget, if you keep shrinking, if you keep doubting yourself, you'll stay stuck forever. The choice is yours.